Welcome to lesson 4.4. Today we're going to talk about simplifying expressions using the distributive property and combining like terms. We're on page 13 of your note packet. We're going to review how we use the distributive property to simplify expressions, what we do to combine like terms, and then in the examples below we're going to put those two things together so that we use the distributive property and combining like terms all in one expression. Okay, so to review first, how do we use the distributive property to simplify the expressions? Well, I taught you that we're going to use that area model. Okay, to set up our area model, remember that we put our monomial, the one term by itself, the 5 here, on one side, and then we have the 3x minus 2y, those go on the top, 3x minus 2y. So to fill in the area models, we're going to multiply. So 5 times 3 gives me the 15, and since it was a 3x, we're going to put the x with our answer because it's being multiplied by the 5 times 3. Then to fill in the other box, I have the 5 on the side times negative 2y. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, and then again we have the y, so that goes with our answer. Then we look for like terms, and we're just going to write them side by side. 15x minus 10y, not like terms, so we can just write them side by side. So that my answer is 15x minus 10y. That's what we get when we multiply using our distributive property. In the next one, again, we're going to need those highlighters. We're going to need those for all of our videos because we're going to be combining like terms. So hopefully you have 3 different colored highlighters or crayons or colored pencils. If you don't, pause the video and go grab them right now. So we're going to combine like terms to simplify the expression below. So when I look, again, because I'm always thinking of that standard form as well, I'm looking at all my terms to start off. So I see I have a 7, a 4y, 6x, minus 3, minus x, plus 2y. Couple things I notice. First of all, I see the minus x, and I want to sneak a 1 in there. So I remember that that's minus 1x. And then I saw x, y, and a constant. So when I look for, there's no exponents. So I'm looking for my variables. X comes before y, so I'm going to start by highlighting my x variables, remembering my sign. So I have a positive 6x here, and I have a minus 1x. 6 minus 1 gives me 5x. And then I look through, and now I see the y variable. So when I look for my y, I see 4y plus the 2y. Those are like terms that I can put together. 4 plus 2 is 6. So after my 5x, I'm going to put plus 6y. Then I'm again looking for, I'm not done highlighting, I haven't used all my terms yet, so I have to put together the 7 minus 3, which are both constants. 7 minus 3 gives me 4. So at the end, I'm going to put the plus 4. And those are all of my like terms. Everything's combined, so I can go ahead and circle my answer, 5x plus 6y plus 4. Okay, let's put these things together. Using these as a reference, we're going to be doing both of these in a single problem. So let's look at number 1. So the first thing that I notice in number 1 is that I have something, this 4 here, being multiplied by the 5x and the plus 6. So before I can look to combine like terms, I have to take care of this multiplication. We need to multiply the 4 times the 5x plus 6. In order to do that, we're going to need to use an area model because it's not just 2 things being multiplied, it's a monomial, and then we have a binomial. So we have the 2 terms on the inside, the 4 has to be multiplied to both of those. So when we see that, we're going to go ahead and set up our area model. So to set up my multiplication, I'm going to put the 4 on the side and the 5x plus 6 along the top. So remember, to multiply, to fill in the cells, we're multiplying the 4 times the 5x. 4 times 5 gives me the 20, and remember that x is just going to be written next to it because x, and there's no other x's here. So 4 times 5x is 20x. That goes in my first box. And then I have 4 times 6 to give me, I always like to put the sign here, it's a positive 24 because I know that it was positive when I combined them. So now we are looking for any like terms. There are none, so I'm just going to go ahead and write them. I have the 20x plus 24. But then when I look at my problem from above, that was this first part, but I still have a plus 4x that I need to bring into my question down here. So after that, I'm going to have the plus 4x. So now I've done the multiplication so far, but I still need to look to see if there's any like terms that can be put together. So when I look through, I see x's and I see a constant. So when I start with my x's, remember standard form, we always want our variables first. So I have the 20x, and then I have plus 4x. Those are like terms that can be put together. 20x plus 4x gives me 20 plus 4 is 24. The reason we could put them together is because they were all x's, so we write that as the 24x. Then I look up above and I just see the positive 24 is the constant. There are no other constants to combine with, so I'm going to bring that next to the 24x. So my answer here would be the 24x plus 24. Remember, you just need to circle. You do not need to highlight your answer. I'm just trying to draw attention to the fact that that is my answer there, the 24x plus 24. Okay, next example. So again, we see here I'm multiplying 7 times 3x minus 4. So I need to set up an area model because this 7 needs to be multiplied by the 3x and the negative 4. So I'm going to set up my area model on the side here. So to fill in my area model, I'm going to multiply 7 times 3x. 7 times 3 gives me 21, and I just have the 1x to worry about, so I'm just going to bring the x down. And then on the side here, 7 times negative 4 to fill in my other cell. 7 times negative 4 gives me negative 28. Now remember, this is just this beginning part that I'm multiplying. I'm multiplying the 7 times the 3x and the 7 times the negative 4. But I still have this positive 8, this plus 8 that I need to worry about. So when I rewrite it, I can rewrite it as the 21x minus the 28. But I still need to bring the plus 8 down from the original question that we had up above. So make sure that you always remember to do that, to bring down the whatever we did not multiply in the original. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for like terms. Now, just because I haven't gone over this yet, I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to highlight two unlike terms by accident. So say we were just looking through and I knew that there were two that were able to be combined, and I just started highlighting 21x and I thought it was the minus 28. Well, you don't have a delete button and you can't erase your highlighter or your crayons. So I just wanted to show you, if you make a mistake, as a reminder, we all make mistakes and it's perfectly fine. The highlighter can't be erased. So I just want you to draw a line through. If you make a mistake, just draw a line through. Then you're going to have to just rewrite the terms underneath and do the highlighting all over again. It's not a problem, and it's just a way to rewrite it so that we're not trying to figure out, well, what was that color supposed to be? Was it supposed to be a different color? Was it a like term? So if you make a mistake, it's not a problem. Just cross it out, rewrite it underneath, and redo the highlighting again. So now I'll see, oh, it was a 21, just the x. That's the one that was by itself. There were no other terms with an x. But I did have a negative 28 and a positive 8. Those are both constants. Those could go together. So to start off, we're just going to write the 21x. There were no other x's to combine with, so I'm going to write 21x. And that's what I got when I combined my x variables. Again, keeping it in standard form. Then when I looked, I made negative 28 plus 8. Negative 28 plus 8. Those are constants, so they can be combined in my calculator. Negative 28 plus 8 gives me a negative 20. So when I write it in my answer, I'm going to actually write it as 21x minus 20. And that's my answer that we're going to have a circle around for that question. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, for number 3 here, I see the 5 plus 3 times the 7 plus 2a minus a. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to sneak in a 1 in front of the a because I want to remind myself that this isn't just an a by itself. It's actually implying that there is one a here, a minus 1a to be exact for this question. So I need to sneak in that -1 in front of the a, so I remember that that's actually -1a. But then when I look, I see this 3 is multiplied by the 7 and the 2a, so that is my clue that I need to set up an area model. So I brought over my area model box already. Now I just need to fill it in. So I have the 3 times the 7 plus 2a. So to fill in my area model, remember we're multiplying, so the side here is 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21, and then for the side we're multiplying 3 times 2a. So 3 times the 2 gives me the 6, and then because there's just the 1a, I'm always going to put the plus 6a, multiplying those terms. Okay, so now when we rewrite our original, notice I had a 5 in front, so that still is in front. Then I have the plus 21, then the plus 6a, and then I'm bringing down the minus 1a that I had from the beginning. So if you can see it here, what we did was we took the 5 from up above, that was up here, and we put it first. And then I multiplied just this middle part and rewrote it as what I found in my area model. That's where the 21 plus 6a came from. And then finally I brought down the minus 1a to the end here. So now I have everything that was in the original. I've just done the multiplication to show that now I have these combined. After I've done that, we're looking for like terms. So remember, we're looking for, I always look for standard form, so looking for variables first. I see a 6a minus 1a, and then I see the 5 plus the 21. So I know that I need two colors, and I'm going to start with the 6a minus 1a. So 6a minus 1a combined to become, in our calculator we can put the 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 gives me 5. So that's where I got the 5a from, and then when I look for the constants, I see a 5 plus 21. Those are like terms. 5 plus 21 gives me 26. So my answer then is the 5a plus the 26, and I circled that. That's my answer, 5a plus 26. Okay, for example 4 here, notice that I actually have this 3 being multiplied by the a minus 5b. I see more parentheses over here showing me that I need to multiply this 8 times the 2b plus 3. So that means I actually need to set up two different area models. So that's why if you look here, you see that I actually brought over two area models. I'm going to multiply the 3 times the a minus 5b, and I'm also going to multiply the 8 times the 2b plus 3. So to start off, we'll start with the first one I saw. So multiplying the 3, when we go left to right, we're multiplying the 3 times a minus 5b. Remember that that a is implying that there is a 1 in front. So I kind of stuck it in there, but when I write it, I'm going to include it. So I'm multiplying by 1a minus 5b. So to fill in this, I'm going to multiply 3 times 1a. 3 times 1 is 3, and then there's an a, and there's no other a's, so that's why I have the a come down. So 1a times 3 is 3a. For the next one, I'm multiplying the side, which is 3 times negative 5b. So 3 times negative 5 gives me a negative 15, and then there's a b because there's no other b's or anything else to have to write there, so minus 15b. Okay, so that's my first one, but then again, I see another area model I need to do over here. This 8 needs to be multiplied by the 2b plus 3, so I'm going to fill that one in over here. So I'm multiplying the 8 times 2b plus 3. So to fill in each cell, 8 times 2b, 8 times 2 is 16, and then again, there's just that b, so I'm going to bring that b over, so 16b, and then 8 times 3 gives me the positive 24. So now I can go ahead and write what my areas were. So the 3a minus 15b, and then plus the 16b plus 24. So we're putting these two together because that's these we were distributing. We multiplied the 3 times both of these to give me 3a minus 15b. So that's what we rewrite that one as. And then I also have plus 8 times 2b plus 3, which became the positive 16b plus the 24. So that's how we rewrote everything that was in the original. So now that I've done the distributing, I can go ahead and look for my like terms. So again, looking for variables first, and then looking for alphabetical order. The first thing I see is a 3a, and there are no other a terms, so I'm going to write the 3a first. And then the next thing that I see here is the negative 15b plus 16b. So again, just putting the coefficients in my calculator. Negative 15 plus 16 is a positive 1b, or you could just write the b by itself. And then finally, I have a constant by itself, the positive 24, no other constants to combine with. So I'm just going to write that at the end, and that is my answer. 3a plus 1b plus 24. So remember, just give that a circle. You do not have to add the highlighting. Okay, hopefully that all made sense. We will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.